A global pandemic. COVID-19 killing the father and grandfather of Detroit's Keith Gambrell.
It's very frustrating. It's heartbreaking. It's bitter. It's America.
The virus disproportionately impacting the Black community, highlighting long-standing inequities in healthcare. The CDC reports Black Americans are dying at 3 times the rate of white Americans. In response, Thermo Fisher Scientific, a science equipment company, pledged $15 million for tests and equipment to historically Black colleges and universities in August.
This has gotten, Black and brown researchers excited. This is why we do what we do. The community that's given me so much growing up, it's really nice to be able to see more testing efforts being brought to DC.
Then came the COVID-19 vaccines. Some Black people hesitant to get the shot.
We know that lack of trust is a major cause for reluctance, especially in communities of color. And that lack of trust is not without good reason, as the Tuskegee studies occurred within many of our own lifetimes.
While battling a new pandemic, an old foe reared its ugly head again. Racism. Several states have now declared racism a public health emergency, acknowledging a painful past for Black Americans that's still felt in present day.
When I say George, you say Floyd. George! Floyd! George! Floyd!
People spilling into the streets, demanding an end to police brutality and racial inequality.
No justice, no peace!
Channeling the civil rights movement of the 1960s. Big companies like Google and Yelp stepped up. Perfect timing for Black business owners, shutting down in numbers twice as large as others during the pandemic, according to a report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. And in Mississippi, a nearly 40-year fight finally won to replace the Confederate-themed state flag.
Black folk in this state are very proud. Young Black folk don't have this flag to look to the rest of their lives.
In Georgia, electing its first Black U.S. Senator. And nationally, a glass ceiling breaking.
I, Kamala Davy Harris, do solemnly swear.
The first woman and person of color as vice president. Another historic moment to add to the long list of accomplishments celebrated during Black History Month. Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell to get updates to all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.